This is Bumbling Banana and welcome to my 100-day journey trying to survive in hardcore Minecraft. I am playing in the latest snapshots, so you'll catch a few glimpses of the newest features before they come out in an official update. In hardcore Minecraft, dying just once means that you lose everything and the world's deleted. Any day could be my last. No moment is ever completely safe. On the previous episode, we finally got enough diamonds to start making an enchanting table, but unfortunately we won't be able to do level 30 enchantments unless we have some bookshelves. This is going to take almost a stack of leather, so I spent the first 5 days breeding my cows, and unfortunately murdering them. This was a great way to get some food, and the other thing we're going to need for the bookshelves is a lot of sugarcane. It's going to take a little over 2 stacks, so I started harvesting that as well. In the meantime, I spent the days working on the tree wall while I was waiting for other opportunities to breed the cows and harvest sugarcane. Overall, it's coming along pretty well and I almost have this side finished. On day 32, I made a diamond pickaxe to go get the obsidian that I need for the enchanting table, and I set off on a journey back over to that massive nether portal I found in the previous episode. Once I was there, all I used was a bucket of water to turn some of the lava into obsidian, and then I spent some time mining out the obsidian with the diamond pick. This took quite a bit with an unenchanted tool, but it's worth it in the end to have the ability to enchant things. Once I returned, I was able to place down some of the bookshelves that I made in the enchanting table, and now I'm able to do level 14 enchantments. Waking up on day 34, I finally decided that I'd break down and start enchanting even though I'm not quite at level 30 yet, and I was able to get an Unbreaking 2 Efficiency 2 pickaxe. I spent the next couple days mining with it, and the increased efficiency really did help. I found quite a few different pockets of ore kinda like this, and it's important to remember that when mining in the 1x1 mine shafts to always carry some wood or trapdoors with you just in case you do stand up. Otherwise, you can easily get trapped down in your mine and not have a good way out. It was kinda nice because I found my second pocket of diamonds in this chunk of ore, but I'll leave this alone until I get Fortune 3. Later on, I got a little bit cocky and thought I could start exploring some of the caves instead of mining in my 1x1 mine shafts. This was down at y=12, and I looked around for monsters for a little bit, but I quickly got surprised, and they started to kinda gang up on me. I barely got into my mine shaft in time, thanks to the water pushing back the monsters, otherwise this could have very easily been the end of our journey. I did run out of arrows, otherwise I would have finished off these monsters just to be extra safe. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Fletcher to trade with or Infinity enchanted on my bow. That's going to be something that I start working on later on in this episode. After this close call, I think it's going to be a long time before I start exploring any other caves. I'm going to stick mainly to mining in my 1x1s. On day 37, because I ran out of arrows, I started to trade with the villagers. I set up a couple of Fletchers and some masons. There was a bountiful supply of clay nearby in the swamp between the village and the jungle, and clay trades with masons are an absolute wonderful deal to make. They're a great source of experience and it's a very easy material to mine. And if you want your clay balls smelted into clay bricks, you can just trade the emeralds back and get your materials. There's no other trade that quite has these advantages, and I trade mostly with masons when I'm trying to get experience for enchantments. On day 38, I was going out to get some more clay for trades, but I decided to take a little vacation over to the jungle. And I found some friends while I was there. There's tons of parrots over here, and I really like this little blue guy, so I decided to make friends with him using some seeds. And I also found a shoot of bamboo over here. Bamboo's also wonderful because it's a good source of sticks, which you can trade with Fletchers. It can also be used to make scaffolding, which is really helpful for construction, or it can be planted to form a type of wall similar to the tree wall around villages. While bumbling through the jungle, I actually found a jungle temple, and there's quite a few interesting things in here. There's lots of redstone components and traps, which are kinda hard to get in hardcore survival. One of my absolute favorite things is the sticky pistons from these. You can make so many cool redstone contraptions. I went straight for the sticky pistons without looking around very much, and I got quite a surprise. I ran back out of the temple, trying to get away from the creeper just so there wasn't a blast. I figured I'd pillar up and, the skeleton could shoot me off, but I could pick off the creeper before that because they have the aim of stormtroopers. And there was also a zombie coming up from the side. The skeleton did get me off, but I used that pillar to kind of hide from his fire and get this zombie out of the way beforehand. The skeleton was running towards the water source just so it could put out the fire, and that allowed me to kind of recover some health before fighting it. I wound up recovering pretty easily from this fight. Wasn't terribly stressed, but I was a little surprised. I caught a glimpse of a parrot while I was about to re-enter the jungle temple, and I decided to quick run over and make friends with him too, using some of the seeds I had. There was a bumblebee that kind of surprised me down in that corner there. After making friends with the parrot, I decided to head back over to that jungle temple and get those sticky pistons and also the treasure chests. There are 2 treasure chests in a jungle temple. One is over here behind this puzzle involving the levers, but I always just cut through the side. I was pretty lucky, and there are actually 3 diamonds and tons of bones in this treasure chest. Unfortunately, my inventory was pretty full, so I had to swap out some of the less valuable items for the stuff in the treasure chest. I need to try to find some rabbit hide in order to test out the new bundle system, because I think that would be incredibly helpful when it comes to inventory management. Once I got the sticky pistons, it was time to start going over to the other treasure chest. There are 2 traps guarding it, and they're pretty easily broken just by cutting the string that connects to the tripwires. These dispensers over here are hidden by vines and they're filled with arrows, and so all you need to do is break them and you won't get shot. This treasure chest was also pretty good. I got a saddle which wasn't unattainable. I could have traded with a leather worker for it, but it would have taken a long time to get a leather worker up to the level where they have saddles available. By the time I got out of the temple, it was getting close to nightfall, so I decided to sleep in here instead of trying to sprint back home in the dark. I made it home from my tropical getaway on day 41, and I started trying to get Fortune 3 on a pickaxe right away. This usually takes a while, and you need to grind quite a few levels in order to get it. While waiting for some of the trades to reset, I actually built this little bridge here and did some terraforming over on the other side of the river. Trading with these villagers is probably the easiest way and safest way to grind levels while trying to get enchantments like Fortune 3 or Infinity. On day 42, I actually caught a glimpse of a horse that was just a short walk away from the village, and I decided to go over and tame it. I got a saddle from the jungle temple and I figured why not use it. I was actually pretty lucky because this horse was pretty fast, had decent jump, and pretty good height. It's sometimes kind of hard to find a horse of this quality right off the bat, and usually it takes a couple days to find a decent one. At this point, I had mostly completed working on the west wall, and I decided to start working on the north wall and trimming up the trees a little bit. This is what the west and south walls look like now, and I have about half of the south wall still to do. After letting the saplings drop on the north wall, I had enough to start planting the east wall. While the east wall was growing, I actually spent the next couple days trading and enchanting again, still trying to grind away and get that Fortune 3 on my diamond pickaxe. As you can see from the level bar in the background, you can level up extremely quickly doing trades with masons and some of the other villagers as well. Grindstones are really helpful while enchanting because they give back a little bit of the experience from the previous attempts, and on the 15th attempt, I finally got Fortune 3 on my diamond pickaxe. Now it's time to head back into the mine and grab the couple of diamond deposits that I had found previously while mining. Between the 2 ore deposits, I got about 10 diamond ore blocks in total, and I got about a 2.7 return using Fortune 3 because I got 27 diamonds out of this. This was enough for a full set of diamond armor and also a diamond axe that would help immensely while making the tree wall. The 17 free diamonds from the Fortune 3 enchantment were definitely worth grinding away and making those trades with the villagers. Here we are at the end of day 50 with a full set of diamond armor, some diamond tools, and the start of a thriving village. Not only that, but I also have a couple new friends. I have 2 parrots and a horse that have joined me on my journey. I hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching.